Hello and welcome to CadoinkStudios. I am CadoinkStudios and this is the third and final game in the best of three between KhaotiK and Emil here in round 1 of the Gold and Below tournament. We have each player duking it out for their tournament life. The winner will move on to round number 2. So good luck to both of you. Spawning in the bottom right of Ohana, we do have Emil, the green Protoss player, and his opponent is the red Protoss player, KhaotiK, spawning in the top left. Ohana is a new map on the ladder pool made by, I believe, Iron Man SC. I'm sorry if I got that wrong, but man, this is a killer map. I absolutely love it, so I'm very excited to see this PvP on it, as it is one of my favorite maps, and PvP is a very cool matchup. A lot of very interesting things. In game number 1, we saw a 4-gate versus a 3-gate robo. In game number 2, we saw a 3-gate robo versus a Forge Fast Expand. So I'm excited what kind of builds we will see in this game. Each player doing the usual thing. It looks like Emil is not going to be going for a Forge Fast Expand, and KhaotiK is not going for one either. Putting a pylon in a very odd place. I feel like that is kind of blocking his assimilator. In fact, he's putting a gateway there. That's maybe the probes can slip through that small amount of space. I don't know. That's interesting by KhaotiK. But we'll see what he decides to do. It looks like this is one of the tournament versions, as there is a supply depot here. And so yeah, this is the final game in round 1. I believe I casted most round 1 games. There are a few that haven't been sent to me, and so I will probably be moving on to round 2 until those are sent to me, and then I'll upload them afterwards. But yeah, round 1 has been very enjoyable. I saw a lot of really cool games, and I hope that you guys enjoyed the cast so far, and I'm excited to move on to round number 2 and start casting those games. So anyway, we do have both players getting their gas up. Could be 4 gates, could be 3-gate robos from either side. It looks like KhaotiK has not put guys into gas. Oh, as soon as I say that, he does that. So yeah, both players doing very, very similar builds, getting their cybernetics scored around the same time. KhaotiK will have a zealot up a little bit sooner than Emil. However, I do believe Emil's economy will be a little bit stronger, as he does have more probes. Whoops. I just disabled sound. There you go. Yeah, Emil does have a few more probes out. So yeah, it's difference between who has a stronger economy and who has a stronger army, and which one is able to do more damage in the long run. So it looks like KhaotiK is putting down 2 more gateways. We'll see whether he decides to put down the robotics facility or whether he decides to put down another gateway and make it a 4-gate. It looks like back in Emil's base, Emil has not really chosen a tech structure, tech path yet. However, it's very reminiscent of game number 1, this long line of pylons. Might be putting down a few gateways. We do see 1 going down, and we might see 2 more, we might see something else, we'll see. And it looks like back in KhaotiK's base, he has not decided to put down a 4th gateway. So I think we'll see a robotics facility, coming out for KhaotiK. But we'll see about that. Also putting down another pylon, making sure he can't get that picked off. And I'm really interested to see how these probes are going to mine. Ooh, that's not a very good path, as they are going to have to run around the mineral patch. Kind of made a mistake here, walling off like that. Yeah, very, very interesting. And so it looks like we do have a forge going down, so 3-gate into forge. This is very interesting. He's going to be able to get upgrades up really early. I'll be interested to see which upgrade he opts to get first. And yeah, it looks like both opponents are kind of at a standstill, neither doing that much. It looks like KhaotiK is kind of trying to poke in with a Zealot and a Stalker, but he won't be able to do any damage. It's just kind of to get some scouting information. Ooh, and interestingly, he built a pylon in the back of Emil's natural, so he will know when the expansion comes, and he will be able to do a timing attack, hopefully here pretty soon. In the meantime, chrono boosting out that +1 attack. It's going to be very strong. It's going to make his army a lot stronger than KhaotiK's. And look at this, even going for a Twilight Council. So I suspect we'll see either Zealot Legs or Blink. I don't think he's going to be going for Dark Templar or anything like that. And uh-oh. Is that sentry stuck? Oh man, the saddest sentry there ever was, stuck in between 2 pylons and a cybernetics core and a gateway. Just such a bummer. Oh well, he can get some force fields off probably. And there's the robotics facility finally by KhaotiK. A little bit of a late 3-gate robo, but he did kind of mess this little gas thing up. And it looks like he's kind of gearing up to do an attack. He's moving forward with the Zealot, trying to bait a force field. However, the Zealot will go down, but not before getting some scouting information. He will see that +1, that some +1 is coming up at this time. And he did see the 3 gateways. He knows that there's probably not a 4 gate on the way, so he shouldn't be worried about any early pressure. And he does have Emil nice and boxed in. So, looks like KhaotiK is in a very commanding position. However, a lot of stalkers being warped in by Emil. And it looks like that +1 is just now going to finish. And so if he does decide to push out at this time, I believe it will do a lot of damage. We'll be able to pick off this force. A few Zealots might be able to do enough damage to pick off this army, but if he can get some good force fields off, Emil will be in a very strong position. And now he's getting +2. That was the reason for getting this Twilight Council. He will be able to get +2 attack really quickly. And man, that is going to be very, very strong. It looks like right now KhaotiK is getting up his observer, so we'll be able to get into the main of Emil and see what's going on. He will see that the forge is continuing to upgrade, and he will hopefully see that the Twilight Council is getting blink, so he will probably be putting down a lot more stalkers, moving forward, trying to do some blinks. And it looks like Emil is going to be moving out. And oh my gosh, he's not going to see that KhaotiK has an army here. And KhaotiK will be able to kind of run from behind. Might even be able to get up the ramp if Emil decides to move out. So I'm very interested, to see how this plays out. So nothing too out of the ordinary. It looks like Emil wants to take an expansion. I think this is a very wise decision. He will be moving one of his probes down here very shortly to put down the expansion, and once he does, he will see this pylon and hopefully move to attack it. Yep, moving down at this time, he will see it, and he will be picking it off. And then hopefully he'll go after this army. This army's kind of caught off guard. In fact, KhaotiK is going to be moving forward and trying to engage. However, a really good force field goes off, preventing the Zealots from getting to the Stalkers. And wow, this +1 army is just absolutely dominating KhaotiK's army. KhaotiK really needs to start working on the upgrades if he wants to keep ahead with Emil. And oh, look at this, using the observer as well as a pylon on the low ground to warp in some Zealots. Very nice move by KhaotiK. He will be able to run into the mineral line. However, Emil did spot this, and so he will be able to shut this down. But man, that was some very sneaky play by KhaotiK. I did like that quite a bit. And now he's moving in with an Immortal. Oh no, was this Immortal rallied here? Oh, he just saw it, and he will be pulling it back. Run, Immortal, run as fast as you can. We look at the, oh yeah, look at this. Oh man, what a rally point. Please don't change it. Oh yes, it was rallied all the way into the back of Emil's natural. That could have given him a lot of trouble if he built a few Immortals. I've actually seen a pro game where the pro player accidentally rallied and rallied into the middle of the map and lost like 2 or 3 Colossi that way. It was absolutely horrible. And look at this, building another pylon behind this little wall of brush, and so Emil will not see that. However, KhaotiK knows exactly where Emil is. He does have his observer. So Emil is looking very nice as far as map control. He has a pylon here, he has a probe here, and then a probe here. So he does have a lot of vision as well as the observer. However, he doesn't have that much of an army, only 2 Immortals and a few Stalkers. So this attack might do a lot of damage. Emil has blink finished. He has +1. No, he has +2 attack finish, working on +3. And that compared to 000 is very, very strong. So it looks like Emil is now on the offensive. Man. Oh. Getting a force field off so that none of the units can go up and down the ramp. I don't know who casted it, but I suspect that KhaotiK did is he doesn't really want that armory running up. Yes, putting down another force field, making sure that the attack can't come. He wants to get as many units as possible. And Emil now even getting Zealot legs up, getting that charge so that his Zealots can be even stronger than KhaotiK's 2 Zealots. So it looks like both players kind of at a standstill deciding when they want to attack. So in this little lull of time, I will take a sip of water. Even hallucination coming out for Emil. And so KhaotiK is kind of debating whether he needs to engage. He wants to kind of bait some things in. And oh my gosh, he baits a few Stalkers and he's going to be able to get a few of them killed. Very nice by KhaotiK, getting just a little bit of head. keeping this observer here to make sure he knows when Emil wants to attack. And I like this. I think that KhaotiK is doing a very, very good job at defending this. However, in all this time, an expansion is finished for Emil. He has it well defended with two pylons and two cannons, as well as some stalkers. So we'll be able to saturate this without any kind of worry. So KhaotiK really needs to move forward, kill this army off, and then take his expansion, or else economically he's going to be behind. In fact, we see that there's about a 300 mineral difference in the income tab. Once again, trying to bait some units. However, this time Emil did use hold position. However, he needs to make sure his zealots are kind of in the back, because they can be picked off. Because they're in hold, they won't run after him. And oh, there they go, revealing the zealot legs. And so yeah, KhaotiK really needs to make something happen here. He doesn't really have any upgrades. It is now 3-0. Ooh, even building a Phoenix. This is very nice. He will be able to blink up onto the high ground, even though those force fields are here because of this this Phoenix. And so they will see that it is a hallucinated Phoenix. I should think that. And look, actually the sentry doing some damage, killing off that hallucinated Phoenix. So it did manage to do something. And now Emil looks like he's ready to attack. He should blink forward. He does have blink. I don't know why he's not opting to do it, as he's losing a lot of zealots there. He's going to be losing this stalker as well as this sentry. Even casting this shield here for some reason. I don't really know what Emil is doing. He needs to make something happen. He needs to pull the trigger on this attack, because now KhaotiK is going to move forward, and it looks like he's going to be able to try to pick this off. However, getting himself in a horrible position. Emil has a very nice concave here, and KhaotiK is stuck on this ramp, so he will have to move forward, and he's using the Immortal using the Immortal to the best of his ability. But man, some blink micro going on. Nice blink micro from Emil. And this army will go down, warping in some more stalkers as well. And now KhaotiK is in a lot of trouble. Having 3 sentries left, he does wall off just in time. And so he will survive for just a little bit longer. However, once again, looking at the income tab, the gap is further increasing. Now ahead by 600 minerals and about 300 gas. It's looking very, very bad for KhaotiK. He really needs to get this expansion. However, his income tab is very low right now. He has a ton of money. Might as well put down some more gateways. And oh, as soon as I say that, he starts to do it. Very nice. However, at this point, it might be too little too late. Some Colossi coming out for Emil, as well as Thermal Lance. In fact, +2 armor's on the way. So he will be at 3-2 to 0-0, which is... that is so strong. You can't really beat that in this position. With the income, with the upgrades, with the units. And now he's finally got his observer up here, so he will be able to blink up onto this high ground. In fact, he does see the observer that KhaotiK had, and he picked it off very quickly. So now Emil is finally in the position he needs to be in to make this attack happen. With this here, he can blink up onto the high ground, and he doesn't have to worry about any kind of force fields or anything like that. So yeah, I'm very excited to see what Emil does. It looks like KhaotiK is going to be moving his zealot forward, trying to spot what is going on. However, nothing is going on at this time. Both players just kind of standing still. It seems like Emil is just trying to push his advantage further and further. I like this. Even though he's not attacking, he is continuing to push his advantage. He's taking a third at this time, which is perfectly defended. Nothing can come kill that. Ooh, and it looks like an observer coming out, trying to pick off this observer, but it will get away. Oh, man. So now Emil will be moving forward, trying to pick off that observer as well. And oh my goodness, it's moving a little bit too far out, and it will indeed... no, it will not go down. He does not manage to get that targeted. But look at this. We will finally be going for the blink play. Oh, they blink up into the high ground, and once that force field goes away, the zealots will run up. And now Emil is going to have a field day inside of KhaotiK's base, just picking off as many of the probes as possible. He needs to blink further forward and try to pick off as much as he can, while preventing the zealots from getting a nice round, which he is doing at this time. And now that the force field is gone, he really needs to run these zealots up to do some more damage, but he's really focusing on the stalker micro. And look at this little observer doing some damage as much as he can, shooting his little tickle beam out. But KhaotiK is looking like he is in a lot of trouble. The zealots finally moving up, and now the blink happens. And Emil is just going to destroy the mineral line. And there's the GG by KhaotiK, leaving the game. So yeah, congratulations Emil for making it past round 1 and into round number 2. And I'm excited to see your games in round number 2. I do not know who you're playing yet. You might be playing Wraith. I think you will be playing Wraith, or the winner from Wraith versus Bobo. I think that's who you're up against, so good luck to you. And KhaotiK, you played very well. You did very, very well in game number 2, taking that. And good luck in further tournaments. I hope to see you in more tournaments, and I hope to cast more of your games. So yeah, thanks again for the opportunity to do this. Once again, I'm KadoinkStudios, and this is the Gold and Below tournament hosted by Animus. More games to come. I will be working on round number 2 next. So I will see you guys later.